frontier. This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
welcome to Football Daft, the daftest Scottish football podcast around. I'm Stephen Purden and let's welcome the team. First, a man who is feeling well again and took great delight in telling the Football Daft WhatsApp he'd managed to pass something solid for the first time in 5 days at the weekend. It is none other than Chris Toll.
You need to watch what you're putting in that group chat, don't you, man?
You'll cop it.
Aye, mate, I was eating my lunch when you texted that, but it was good to know you're alright. I mean, I thought it was just because of a certain game at the weekend.
Right. No, I done Old Firm Daft, didn't I? I took my dumps on Old Firm Daft, so I wasn't avoiding the show. What happened was, I went to the pictures, right? Went to the pictures with my wee cousin, went to see Candyman. Right, load of shite by the way, don't want to see it. Had a hot dog, next day, for about 3 days after it, shiting through the eye of a needle.
Really?
Honest to God.
You don't take any Imodium?
I did, I took... It wasn't called Imodium, it was called
Buscopan.
Buscopan, that's the one.
And now let's welcome a man who's given us the lowdown on what to take if you're feeling a bit bloated and need a jobby. It is Grado.
What are you saying to it? I feel bad now, but if you weren't well because he was caught, weren't we just kind of saying that like...
Aye, but right, come on. If it wouldn't have been normal if Chris Toll pulls a sickie the week after Rangers beat Celtic. We can't no mention.
By the way, I've never missed a show
You've
after
not?
a Celtic
Exactly.
Rangers game.
No, it was because you pulled out and then 15 minutes later you were sending us TikToks.
I know what you want me to do.
I've absolutely dashed home for work. I've rushed home. We've had to do it remote. You know what I mean? Grado up here like, let's get going. We've not got a guest this week. Let's just make it where it is. Toll's not here. Fucking phone's going ding ding. Look at this TikTok. Look at this boys. Sitting in your fucking wanking chariot, living life, man.
Probably sitting on the fucking toilet, to be honest with you, man.
But you're feeling better?
I'm all better now, lads. I'm all better now. Even though you pulled me out of my bed today.
I nearly didn't make it there, no?
So where were you meant to go for lunch then?
Well, I was leaving it to Chris Toll. It was his idea.
No, man, I'm like, you want to go for lunch?
I'm sitting there right about 11:30. I'm like, you know what I'm like with time, Grado, right? You would have been like at 1 o'clock. It's fine. We'll still make it there.
I can't even imagine.
But I'm sitting there at 11:30, right? And I'm going, Nicola, she's like, she's going to make poached eggs and toast, right? And I'm like, no, going for lunch with Toll. She had a lunch. I'm sitting there going, I've not heard from him. You've texted saying I might be there early. I was going to say to you, do you want to go for lunch? But I thought he's already mentioned it. I knew you were away with your showbiz pal.
Grado had already been out for coffee.
You went Arabella Weir, start of the fast show and Two Doors Down. So I was with her. We went to Epicures in the West End. You tried that? She bought me a protein bar for some reason.
What was
She bought me a protein bar.
What was she wearing?
Let's see, a green Kaggle.
Why do you go for lunch with somebody to buy you a protein bar?
Well, she went in the show and she says, do you want that? I bought that for you. I was like, what the fuck? She's drinking I go to the gym or something.
So she was wearing a green Kaggle?
She was wearing a green Kaggle.
Did her bum look big in it?
We're off.
She wants to come on the podcast, by the way.
She? By the way, I took some building that. Sorry about that, boys.
You did, you laid the foundations. That was kind of like, that was a long-term project there. You go there, pal, mate, you go there.
Get there in the end.
She wants to come on the podcast?
She says, I don't know, nothing about fucking football. I'm like, come on for you, Grano.
Can she not get her brother, Davey, on?
How do you know so much about her? She's best pals with David Tennant, you know that?
Davey
Just talk about Davey Weir, her name's Arabella Weir.
Alright, I thought because she's
He rushed in with that job. He didn't put the graft in. Right, troops, there's no Football Daft meets this week because we just couldn't get a guest, and there was no Rangers or Celtic Daft this week due to the international break and the fact we didn't book a guest. But we are back next week with a vengeance because the real football's back.
Ross County, baby.
Right, and remember there is over 100 episodes of the show where you get your podcast right now, so check the archive for chats with the likes of Billy Gilmore, Andy Gray, John Hartson, Marco Negri, Charlie Adam and hundreds more. But what's been happening in Scottish football? I'm going to put my goalies in the vice right away. I didn't see the Scotland game.
Well, both of them, you never saw both of them?
Both of them, no.
Mate, there was 3 of them.
Moldova, Austria.
And Denmark.
I saw there is, aye.
I've not seen any.
I watched the second half of the Austria game, that was about it. I watched some of the Moldova game.
I didn't see it.
In fact, what was the game?
I would like to defer to producer John because he's Scotland.
Aye, this is your bit, mate.
Saturday I was out at a boys' day out. That was a Moldova game. I was pissed by the time that kicked off. The other night I had a leak in my sink, so I had to kind of fix that. I had the game on the background.
You made soup.
In summation of the games, Denmark, shite. Denmark,
team, though,
they're a very good team. They get a very good football in the team. Moldova couldn't take her chances. Still a bit shite. Austria,
Nathan Hartson to really
No, but it's worrisome for me that Israel turned Austria over 5-2, right? And then Denmark went out and fucked Israel 5-0.
Well, there you go.
Aye.
There you go.
When did they play Israel?
Austria were good. We're good against Austria.
When did they play Israel?
It's October, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And so let me get this right. So they're sitting second to qualify. So so it's looking good.
That's a playoff, is it no? If you
It's
finish
a
second.
playoff for second, so we've still got Israel at home and Moldova and the Faroe Islands away.
I didn't know a bit of a bogey team for Scotland, Israel.
Do you know
Have they not been?
Scotland plays all the time?
We're playing
all the time.
Nations
Nations League, I see our last three qualifying campaigns. We've had to beat Israel at home.
That's right.
Getting into the last few games and we've no done it.
Right, so beat Israel at Hampden, winning the Faroes next month, followed by victory Moldova in November.
Denmark,
and then
that
that's
means
it.
Denmark's. Our last game is Denmark at Hampden, and that's basically just
That could be a dead rubber.
That's just done.
Aye.
If we win those 3 games, the Denmark game.
The hardest game really is Israel game, innit? We should beat Moldova and the Faroes.
You would hope so.
I'll tell you this, I can see Moldova being a...
Think so?
Honestly. I know they're bottom of the group, they've not got any points or anything like that, but it's just pure Scotland.
It's very Scotland.
Yeah.
It's very, very Scotland. What do you think, John? I mean, you're the fucking Tartar army. Come on, what do you think?
I thought they played very well against Austria. It was a really good match. I know you guys didn't see it, but it was a really competitive, good match. They looked pretty good, played through the lines really well. But I would say Shea Adams.
Sorry, somebody's just
There's fucking something built next door, isn't there?
They're shooting next door, but carry on, John.
I tell you what, Shea Adams, what a find for Scotland he's going to be, by the way. He looks a right.
Do you know what? Right, I did see bits and bobs the other night in the Austria game. Obviously, I stopped my plumbing when I seen London Knights got to take a penalty and all that. Do you know who is looking very good? Callum McGregor.
He's a different player.
He's looking very, very good.
And Billy Gilmore. I mean, just that.
We're always waxing lyrical about Billy in this show, he's a friend of...
Billy, he's probably one of the main reasons I watched the football, just to see how he's getting on.
For fuck's sake, you went down to Manchester last week.
Exactly, I know.
Obviously, you're going to turn the telly on.
He's doing good, isn't he, man?
Yes.
Yeah, he was great.
He's a star. I mean, there was a couple of points where you're going, he's playing a pass and you go, other players aren't in the same level as him. Because he's seen things two moves ahead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very intelligent football. And I did see a tweet the other day. It's like, name me another under-21 footballer better than Billy Gilmore in Europe right now. And do you know what? You'll struggle. You will struggle.
You'll be Mickey wearing it.
What age is Mbappe these days?
I know. Bellingham.
Don't talk to me about him.
Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham,
that's a good shout. But he's up there. He's certainly up there.
I'm racking my brains now.
Apart from him, I can't think of anybody.
Nathan Parson. Right, on to domestic football, right? Bad news for Rangers. Yanis Hadji, right? They're talking about this whole, the rules. Is it the rules in where was it? Macedonia. Right. So they're saying if it's 10 days isolation, if you're still having symptoms, then it goes to 20 days. Am I right?
Yeah. But that's been the 20 days is off the table.
Gone now, innit?
But I think he still has to isolate for the 10 days, but he should be available for the European match, I believe.
I think that's what I've heard. That it's no 20 days. I think he should be okay for the Lyon game. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Is it a big miss for these?
Mate, do you know something? What do you think,
Well,
he's a good player.
Hadji's, he's I would say,
a moment of magic, isn't he?
I wouldn't say it's too hard to say he's inconsistent, right? It's too hard to say that.
But it's no luxury.
It's like he can go missing for a couple of games, and then when the third, say he plays 2 games where you don't really notice him, then the third game he looks tremendous. And Hadji.
I was watching, but I texted you this morning. I was watching that Relentless, the Rangers, the story of 55. Right, it's on
available now on Rangers TV, $4.99.
Yes, $4.99, and it is an absolute steal at $4.99. It's a watch and a half.
Did you cry?
I was close to it. I'm not joking. At the end, I was nearly eating one. Right,
Jesus.
but Hadji. Just talk about him, there was wee bits coming up and you actually don't realise how much that guy done last season.
Aye.
Well, me and you sit and moan about him sometimes.
Exactly, aye.
But I would say He would be a miss, Crystal, to answer your question. He would be a miss. Talking of misses and big misses, is Kyogo Furuhashi injured because he limped off the pitch in Japan's victory over China? What were you saying to that?
I don't know what's happening. There's not really been much of an update about it.
That would be a big miss, wouldn't it?
It would be, aye. But we've got, funnily enough, a wee bit of reserves now in place for that to happen. If he goes out, then we've got big Janaka Macalis.
Well, wait for the first pronunciation.
It's Yakimakis.
Like, say Yakimakis plays through the middle, right?
Aye, you've got Jota on the left.
Aye.
And you've got Abada on the right.
Sorry about the noise in the background.
I knew we shouldn't get the punters in the studio.
Here, is this the geezer that swapped a Celtic scarf when he was a boy?
One of the ones, mate, aye.
Is it?
Paolo Di Canio played with the Celtic.
Jota?
So the guy is this who the guy we're talking about?
Yeah.
He's always liked Celtic because where was he again?
Benfica.
He went to a Benfica and Celtic game and he met a Celtic fan after the game and they swapped scarves. So he's always had a wee liking for Celtic because he kept the scarf.
See when new signings come in with a story like that, I just think what a lot of shit.
You know what? I think, you've always got a wee thing, but like I played with Everton and Champman back in the day, and I've always got a wee soft spot for Everton. Do you know what I mean?
It's like when
you've no fucking signed for Everton.
It's like when George Edmondson came to Rangers and there was, remember the photo getting flung about him when he was a wee boy wearing the Rangers top and all that. And then you sign players like, I don't know, like Graham Dorrans or pure Rangers. I don't think it ever works out, man. Do you know what I mean?
But then if you listen to see other clubs, it's the same shit on it. This club's got great history.
Aye.
This club's got great history and the tradition and the prestige. They say about every team, don't they?
Aye.
All the time, mate. I mean, if Kyogo's out, mate, I think that's a big miss. I think that's
no
against Ross County.
Ross County, but
if it's an injury,
Europe coming up as well, so it would be a big miss. But you never know. Like I say, is this big Greek fella could be the second coming of
his name again?
Giannakopoulos.
It gets different every time.
Martin Boyle is missing also. Injured.
Edinburgh Derby this weekend.
Yes, and I don't know if anybody's watched the Australia versus Vietnam game the other night.
He's an expert in Australian football.
Did you watch it, mate?
Sure did, mate. Big Tom Roderick, done well.
Who won Australia or Vietnam? I'm just curious.
I think Australia won. Yeah.
Did they? What was the score?
17-1.
I'm just guessing now.
Why you just make assumptions, John?
I don't know.
Vietnam made a point of victory.
You talk and I'll find out the score.
He's been half injured in the Australia versus Vietnam game. Hamstring injury, which could mean he misses Sunday's Edinburgh Derby. I'm going to watch it. What did you say?
Nothing. I didn't know he was Australian. Is he Australian, Mark Boyle?
Aye.
Nah, he's Scottish, but he's one of those ones that was he getting for Scotland? Qualified.
Kamal Roof and
Jamaica.
We got Dykes, they got Martin Boyle, pretty much. It was 1-0 Australia, by the way. It was 1-0 Australia.
That wasn't a very fair swap, was it?
Nah.
Martin Boyle for Lyndon Dykes.
According to this, Roddy Grant scored for Australia, so I don't know how up to date that is. Our Grant scored. I'm assuming it's not Roddy Grant.
Right, here's the thing, boys, right? 3 international games there, didn't really see them. International football. In the current climate.
I only want tournaments.
They would need 3 games. They would need right, here's the thing. They would need an international break so early into domestic seasons, and when it is an international break, they need 3 games in that break.
I've got an idea, mate. I want you to
go for it. I love your ideas.
Post-season, they hold a tournament to qualify for the World Cup. Don't do it throughout the year. Do it post-season. Your World Cup qualifiers are held within 4 weeks.
It's quite good.
Right? You've got your one group. Whoever goes through for that group plays in the World Cup the next year.
That's a brilliant. Do you know what?
But then, hold on. Would you? How many groups are there?
Well,
would you do like Group A is in Greece, Group B is in Holland? One country gets to host a different group.
That's a great idea.
They might end up doing that because this isn't going anywhere soon. Do you know what I mean? They're going to have to fucking do it for it.
That's a brilliant idea.
I think it's
serious, right?
You see the amount of players getting fucking COVID and all that.
Well, like Hadji. He could have been dubbed up in Moldova for fucking 20 days or whatever he was.
Macedonia.
And you think that it would be safe because I'm sure they're all pure geared up. They're on the plane together. They walk through. I mean, what they do, it's not as if they're going to the boozer once they get to the hotel.
You're in your bubble. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why they've not even thought of this.
I guess it's money when it comes to the FAs, like your FA, Scottish FA, all the FAs across the world need to make their money across the year, get used to the national stadiums, get use of, get the merch out there, all that sort of stuff. But
then you need to take into account the revenue that it would bring to the country.
Well, that's true.
If there was a tournament in it each year, you know what I mean?
And you would, exciting,
it's a great idea.
And you would have countries like Macedonia and stuff like that are hosting an international tournament. Could you imagine it would be brilliant for all of them.
I don't know, it's what I made there. Then you see San Marino scoring a goal the other night. They were like 4-0 down us and they scored a goal and they celebrated like they'd won the tournament. it's fucking brilliant. Like, get wee teams like that in there. Do you know what I mean? Have a wee, and San Marino, a wee tournament.
Well, imagine a wee tournament in San Marino. What a beautiful place that is, isn't it? You're looking out into the sea.
Exactly. They're shite at football, but it looks gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? What do you think, Grado?
I'm just...
That's going to be the one this weekend at San Marino. What a beautiful country.
Did you hang with? Did you see that with the carry on with the Brazilians? Is that on your wee page about the Brazilian FA? Is that on your for that?
That should have been on it, man.
I know, it was mental, wasn't it?
That was crazy, wasn't it? The guy just...
I tell you, lads, a few bad apples spoiled.
Later on, troops, we'll be speaking to you guys on Open Line and we'll be playing for Pies in the player profile playoff. And a big question, we chat about that Braveheart statue at Brecon, and we revealed last week's Swankiest Moments with El Dorado tonic wine, and you get to vote on a new one. And Grado has 3 riddles also, and on Teammates it is Big Bad John Hartson.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Call them now on 01698 767 172.
Let's talk about G4 Claims, because if you've been in a road traffic accident and it's not your fault, G4 Claims can make it easy for you. They will provide you with complete accident management support that you require, and they're going to recover your costs from the at-fault party. Now, they will sort you out with a like-for-like vehicle replacement, and they're also going to organise your vehicle to be repaired at one of their approved body shops and returned back to your front door. Now, should your vehicle be deemed a write-off, they're going to recover the pre-accident value for your car and write you a big fat cheque for it. And best of all, it's not going to cost you a penny, as they charge the at-fault insurance direct. They don't cold call, they don't buy data, and once they process your claim, your insurance will remain unscathed. And the best thing is, Nicole and the team over there, they don't take on your case if they don't think that you can help you. So, if you've been in a road traffic accident, or you know someone that has, get on to G4 Claims on 01698 767 172. That's 01698 767 172. Get them on the internet, not at faultclaim.com, or find them on social media under G4 Claims Limited. G4 Claims, not at fault claims, made easy. 100% of your claim. G4 Claims.
That was G4 Claims.
Welcome to the Football Daft Open Line. It is the Open Line, of course, where anything goes. You might want to talk about Scotland's chances of reaching the World Cup. Are we going, boys?
I don't know.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
50-50.
50-50. Might be getting excited about the Edinburgh Derby this weekend. That's always a good
Top
game.
of the league.
It's always a tasty affair, isn't it? Where is it, Easter Road or Tynecastle?
I don't know. God, off the check
That's a
on that
tasty
as
one.
well. It's a belter of a game.
As you can see,
yes, the producer's well researched.
There's a lot of research on this show.
Or maybe you want to challenge the phrase that it only takes one bad apple to ruin the punnet.
Spoil the punnet.
Is it spoil the punnet, Chris? Is it?
I can't remember, but yes, I totally agree. That would be a good question.
That's a very good question. That is our panel of football experts: Stephen Purden, Grado, and Chris Toll.
Somebody's getting shot.
Fucking Jurassic Park in there.
It's a fucking opening scene for Saving Private Ryan, man.
We're hearing a lot of construction going on in the background of the G4 studios today. I hope it's construction, not gunshots. Let's go to our first caller on the Open Line. It's Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good, guys. How you?
Sorry, I can't hear you, Mark. Can you speak louder? There's a fucking jigsaw getting used next door.
I'm doing good, guys. How you?
We're all right, mate.
Thanks for coming on, Mark.
Thanks for having us on again, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Hey, no bother, mate.
You're a Rangers supporter. Are you on because Chris was off last week and you just wanted to get around Toll?
Oh, God.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. But you think Scotland's chances are... I thought they had a good performance the other night. Kind of brings us back into a wee bit. I think it's going to be difficult. to qualify, but it gives us a wee bit of positivity for the next round.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Scotland will be in Qatar in December 2022.
I don't know. I'm still quite 50-50 with the whole thing. I think it's a shame we always seem to get a team in our group that's fucking flying. Let's see Denmark go on a mad run. It's like there's always a team, but and you look at England, they're always the ones that run into in their qualifying group. They just always steamroll a qualification. But I think we've got a chance. That result all night's massive. And the thing is, it's still there to play for, mate, and we could get there, but like you say, even getting into a playoff, finishing second, it's going to be very difficult.
It's in our own hands, but you know the history of Scotland. Scotland's hands are like fucking decrepit, all fucking broken,
fucking
fossils. You could fucking. I think we'll be there, man.
I hope we're there, because I did fair enjoy the Euros this year for a change and being involved in it, and I hope we qualify.
100%.
Do you know that? Might just fucking head over for a wee football daft Qatar party.
I mean?
We'll be doing panel, mate.
Is it in December?
Well, if we're back after this year.
It's because it's so hot.
2022.
Grado. It's because it's so hot in Qatar. They can't have it in the summer.
So what are they doing with the football? What are they doing with the normal football?
Football's getting abandoned, and there's a
4 weeks.
Hold on, this is mental. So when will it stop?
It's the 17th. I think the World Cup final.
January.
It's 17th of December. I think the World Cup final is 17th of December.
This is mental. So it will stop in maybe September then? That's
No. It's going to stop. It will stop. Mid-November it must be.
The World Cup final's a week before Christmas.
Aye.
That'll be shite. So we'll go summer with football, and then it'll be on for a couple of weeks, and it'll stop for international football.
The season's getting moved earlier.
There might be summer football.
So we could be seeing maybe end of June, possibly.
Maybe
that would be good. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I'm looking down, Mark. I'm looking down the sort of people that runners up, because it looks like we're going to finish second. Well, I think we can only finish second now. So, looking at the people we might face in the playoff, here's who's sitting in second at the moment, boys. And it's not good reading. Serbia, Sweden, Switzerland, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Norway, Russia, and Albania, and then Armenia as well.
Give us Albania or Ukraine.
I don't want Albania. Albania are flying now, man.
Are they?
Aye. Albania are flying now.
They're in England's group, obviously. They're
give us Armenia.
Armenia then. We're all for Armenia then. So, fingers crossed that we can make
we have to consolidate this second spot first, John.
Consolidate the second spot, and then we can worry about the playoff.
How Scotland would it
be? The line will be bottom, and we'll be like, oh,
how Scotland would it be, Mark, if we beat Israel, then we beat Moldova, and then we lose.
Fucking the
Faroes, and we've got to beat Denmark to get into the fucking playoffs.
Oh yes, that just sounds like
it must like 2 goals or something like that.
Aye. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Mark, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate that.
Cheers, Mark.
Thanks to Mark for that. Let's move on to our next caller on the open line. He's no stranger to the open line. We all know him as Kev the Chef.
Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. Kev the Chef. How you doing, Kev the Chef?
How are we?
Good, mate. How are you, mate?
You look like you're in a mini golf place or something.
Aye, that's what I'm phoning for. You want to see it?
It's my phone for.
Kev, right, well, see how a podcast is generally something that you consume with your ears, right? But you're wanting to come on the open line and show us around a golf course.
You're going to need to talk us through it, Kev, because for our listeners who will be listening, you describe and give us a in-depth description of what we're seeing
here. Fucking bonkers, mate. Fucking bonkers.
By the way, I've saw folk get it. I've saw folk taking pictures on Facebook.
What's good?
What is the name of said venue?
So the said venue is Golf Fang.
Golf Fang. And that's in Finniston, isn't it?
Yep, it's in Finniston. So it's a company from Liverpool who have companies called Ghetto Golf in England. Mm-hmm. So the guys want to branch out and they want to take it abroad. So ghetto in different countries mean different things. Mm-hmm. So we have been the first venue to be called the new kind of Golf Fang. and everybody's going to merge into that same kind of company, and we're going to become a company called the Big Fang Collective.
Nice.
Is it Gold Fang, as in Gold Fang your teeth, or like Wild Fang?
It's Thang. T-H.
Thang. T-H-A-N-G.
No, Golfang, Fang, and like
Golf Fang.
And you're right.
What's this Gold Fang? I like your teeth.
I thought it was Gold Fang.
Like Wild Fang.
Get down. Wow.
Aye.
Mate, it looks nice, but man.
Kev, are you just basically come on the open line to get a cheap plug-in for Golf Thang, and is this what's happening?
We don't even need a plug-in. We're booked out every single night.
That's brilliant, mate.
See, when you come in, is there a song playing and it's Go Fang?
No.
You make my heart.
It's all urban music, mate. It's a playlist from, like, the owners have made up a playlist, so
urban music.
It's all kind of urban music.
Right, okay. Brilliant. Do you know what I put Football Daft on, Kev?
Football Daft. Next time we get a wee day out, we're going to come through then, Kev.
I told you to come in the last time.
We were all busy, mate. It was why they were. Sorry, mate.
I wasn't busy, but I wasn't coming myself.
Aye, but we will get a day out.
We will, aye.
Kev the Chef, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Absolute pleasure. And make sure everybody goes down to Golf Fang in Finniston so they can check out and say hello to Kev the Chef and start chatting him. Kev the Chef, Kev the Chef, Kev the Chef, Kev the Chef. So thank you very much to our open line callers there, Mark, and of course Kev the Chef, who really doesn't get the concept of a podcast and the fact that it's something you listen to and don't do a walk around a crazy golf course. But thank you for Kev the Chef. Remember to go out and check out Golf Fang in Finniston. If you want to be in the open line next week, preferably not showing us around a golf course, you can do that. Check out Twitter and all the social media and all the social medias to get on.
Football Daft's big question.
Right, lads. This week, Brecon unveiled a statue of Mel Gibson's Braveheart outside the ground that has went viral. If you haven't seen it, Chris, would you like to describe it?
This is the first time I'm seeing it. I only seen.
You not seen this?
I only seen Ryan putting it in the group chat. And I had no idea what the connotation was.
Right, Chris, for the listeners, Chris, do your best to describe that.
It kind of looks like a Viking that stood on a bit of Lego and he's barefoot.
I think it looks a bit.
That's no showing all it, I know. Do you know that it's got like a decapitated? He did its feet.
Is it?
It's for Wayne's and all that, I think, is it not?
Yeah.
And do you know what? I can actually see Mel Gibson in it.
It's meant to be Mel Gibson. It's meant to be Mel. That's why everybody. Because I remember when this first came out years and years. Do you know? Because this is the fourth place it's fucking turned up at. They can't get rid of it. They can get rid of it, and because it's meant to be a William Wallace statue, but they fucking just copied like Mel Gibson as if Mel Gibson looked like William Wallace.
It's like that one picture of Jesus that everybody thinks that's what Jesus looked like.
Aye, that's Braveheart as if he's got a name. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it's worse than the Ronaldo one?
It's up there, isn't it?
It's not as bad as the Michael Jackson one.
I've not seen the one outside the film.
I've not seen that one.
Michael Jackson outside Fulham.
You talk amongst yourselves. I'm
They
good.
moved it from Fulham's ground into I think it was the football museum in you know the big one, the football museum that they've got down south. In Manchester, I think it is. The FA New Museum or whatever, and they moved to Michael Jackson, then they binned it out of there as well.
Do you remember when Mohammed Al Fayed unveiled it? And it was as if it was the greatest thing ever. Oh man!
Was there any connection for Fulham and Michael Jackson at all?
Al Fayed.
Is that it?
That's it. That's it.
Cracker, man.
Michael Jackson done the half-time draw song.
Did he? I know, did he?
Al Fayed and him were best pals. That's why they put a statue up at Fulham. So there you are.
So anyway, guys, this week's big question, we asked you to caption it. Caption it. You want to caption it?
It's a disaster!
It's a catastrophe! So, right, take a bash.
Fucking Moldova.
It is an absolute car crash, one. It's horrible, man. It reminds me of somebody.
It's like Han Solo in the Carbonite.
No! Do you know what it's like? It's like that guy with the bald guy that's on the Eckies. And it's like if I'm dancing.
The Techno Viking.
Aye, something like that.
Right, so we asked some of the listeners to caption it, and Lester Green has got in touch and said, "Oh, you, I'm on the night shift.
Marcus Brown says, Lion King starts.
This one's good. Kenny Burgess says, watch me throw this Malteser up there and I'll catch you with my mouth.
Martin Sheffield has got in touch saying, these wedges are fair kicking in.
Kev the chef says, that's not where you're meant to put that hamster.
Alan Muir says, when you batter your pinky toe off the corner of the bed.
That's great, yeah.
Mick McFarlane says they may take your football, but they'll never take your hedge.
I get that.
Stephen's got in touch. I'll let Grado say this one.
Very top end, Stevenson.
Scott also got in touch. 11!
William says, when your ma shouts you in when you're playing football with your mates. That's exactly what it looks like.
Andrew Blake says, I can't read and I can't write, but that doesn't really matter because I'm a Brecon City fan and I can drive a tractor.
Love that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Craig Fitzpatrick says, every more shouting, dinner's ready. And then he goes on to say again, dinner's ready!
Stephen 35 says, I said grey black pudding for fuck's sake.
Taco says, I'm gonna come.
And last but not least, Jordan says there's no such thing as a pun at a fucking apple.
Fuck you, Jordan.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at G4 Claims Limited.
It's a player profile playoff with piesports.com on Football Daft. Remember, Pie Sports will give you the taste of Scottish football right to your door with lots of your favourite Scotch steak and gravy, macaroni, the chilli pie, they've got the cheesy bean. Go and check out the website for all their selections. We like to give away pies on this show every week. In the playoff. And on today to play is Gavin. How you doing, Gavin?
Not bad, John. Yourself?
All good, mate. All good. Are you a fan of pies?
Sorry?
Are you a fan of the pie, Gavin?
Well, fair enough. Jesus, what a question.
What's your favourite type of pie?
It's like the Rock talking to Lillian Garcia. Do you like pie?
Gavin, are you a fan of the pie?
I like a steak and gravy pie. Like.
Same.
Gravy. And you're a Rangers supporter, Gavin, aye?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes,
You know how the game works. Basically, you're going to go up against one of the boys. I'm going to read you out a player profile. I apologise for the construction that's going on in the background.
There's a fucking sword fight going on up there.
It's like
Classy for Game of Thrones, man.
It's like we're staying at a Spanish hotel, you know what I mean? The construction's going on.
Maybe fucking Manuel walking in there.
One of the ones that looks pure amazing when you book it and you turn up and it's a building site.
Oh, these for hell, man.
Exactly. So the player profile, what's I'm going to do a description of the player. Once you know the name of the player, you buzz in with your buzzer. If you buzz it in and you get it wrong, it hands control of play to the other person, and it's first to two players that win. All right.
Your buzzer's that country next door's fucking chainsaw.
Gavin, what is your buzzer going to be?
Hollander,
right?
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Let's do a draw and find out who you're playing against. My drawing equipment is gone, so I usually use the chocolate. So basically, I'm going to flip a coin.
Dorado.
Right. Okay.
It's free folk, cost 2 sides.
I know.
And then he's assigned to heads.
I've decided.
You got to assign heads.
Do you know what?
Okay, call it next time.
Let's just make it an old firm, and you can go off against Chris.
Right, okay.
So this week. This construction's putting me off this week.
I think it's adding to the show.
Right, okay.
Shambles today, innit, man?
So this week it is Scotland top scorers. Since Scotland have been struggling with goals, it's some of the players that appear in Scotland's all-time goal scoring list. Okay, he's ready. So you're playing, Chris. What's your buzzer?
Fuck.
Brilliant. Okay, so first in with the correct answer.
That's quite apt though, because it's Hollander. You went fuck.
Right, here we go. First player out then, boys. This player's career really kicked off at Stennismuir and he was sent out on loan from his parent club. When he returned to Hibs, he managed 14 goals in 53 games, which earned him a move to Rangers, where he would go on to... Gav.
Kenny Miller.
It is Kenny Miller. 18 goals and 69 caps for Scotland.
If you'd have got to the section about Celtic, I'd have got that one.
We didn't talk about that at all.
1-0 Gav. Next player out. Here we go. This is for the win, Gav. This striker is the 7th in the all-time leading scorers list alongside Robert Hamilton, and he scored 15 goals in 48 appearances for Scotland. In a career that spanned 2002 to 2010, he gained his first cap while at Motherwell, where he had...
James Mcfadden.
James Mcfadden it is. 1-1.
James Mcfadden.
This is the decider. Here we go. With 38 caps to his name, this player debuted in 1984 while still at Watford. In 1986, while at Celtic, he was dropped from the squad by caretaker manager Alex Ferguson, and not longer after the World Cup, made a move to France with Nantes.
Mo Johnson.
It is Mo Johnston.
How did you not get that one, mate? How did you not get that one? If it had got to the back, you might have got it.
Aye.
How do you like them apples? And the punnet.
I've tried to erase that man's name from my mind. Thankfully, Hangway. Mojo.
Sorry, Gav, you've lost out.
It's no worries.
It's alright, but Gav, you can still have the pie.
Hey! Top man talk.
There you go. Gavin, thank you very much for coming on the Player Profile Playoff today. Really appreciate that. And remember, if you want to get pies for the weekend, go to piesports.com.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Get them now at notitfaultclaims.com.
Well, guys, the fit was back, and our friends at Manscaped, they're here with a masterclass to get you ready for this new season. They are the leaders in men's grooming, and they've done it again. They've just launched their 4th generation performance package. Listen to this. Included is their new Lawnmower 4.0, we'll call it 4.0, trimmer. The 4.0 will even have Paris Saint-Germain jealous of your well-groomed package. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with the Performance Package 4.0 4.0 by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code DAFT. Now, let's talk about a time we've been using Manscaped. I use it every day. I use the ball toner. I never leave the door without using ball toner. I've just seen Shellsuit Bob to my left is wearing the Manscaped breaks.
I had a wee trim everywhere like a couple of weeks ago.
Christ almighty, you look like a fucking
chicken
Adonis.
And I've got the Manscaped pants on that are very comfortable.
Well, I'm in dire need. I've been using the ball toner, but I need to use Manscaped right now, because right now I'm getting bushy down there, and I think it's about time I whipped out the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. It's here now. Whoa! This package is class. And from top to bottom, to take your grooming game to the next level, inside you're going to find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, which does your ears, and your nose hair trimmer, and there's formulations and 2 free gifts, right? First off, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the new lawnmower. This trimmer is a masterclass, and I'll tell you what, it gives you a clinical trim on your balls. The off-season brought our team changes, and we even saw Messi transferred. This season, though, I'm with Team Manscaped. Thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0, the new technology has upgraded my midfield. My new technology has upgraded my midfield, and it makes sure my pubes aren't messy anymore. Their 4th generation trimmer, well, it features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The lawnmower has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on-off switch that can engage a travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Oh, did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Rain or shine, the mates at Manscaped have you covered. Speaking of covered, do you have nose or ear hair? Oh, well, I'll tell you, mine's are the worst. Well, no fear. The Performance Package also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up to top in your nose and ear.
And your hoop.
Aye, and your hoop as well. for some.
Oh, I don't know if I get you done it in your ass.
No, but some people.
Aye, coach told me that's what he uses to
Is he?
trim his arse hair.
Is he?
Aye.
Well, anyway, the nose and ear hair trimmer is also waterproof, and it provides a proprietary skin-safe technology which helps prevent nicks, snags and tugs in those delicate holes. And you can't forget the Manscaped's liquid formulations. Their crop preserver ball deodorant, I wear that every day, by the way, and I'm no joking. It's for pre-game. And crop reviver ball toner for a half-times ball check. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you. And I've even threw in 2 free gifts to their performance package, the Manscaped Boxers, as modelled by Bob, and the Shed Travel bag. Your boys will be singing for joy wearing the new Boxers. So, get 20% off and free shipping with the code DAFT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code DAFT at manscaped.com. Kick some overgrown pubes, hairs and grass. That's meant to be your arse. This season with Manscaped. It's now time for Grado's 3 riddles on Football Daft. It's now time for another 3 riddles as brought to you by Grado on Football Daft. This week we have John in the studio, we have Toe, we have Shell Suit Bob. The scores right now, use can tell me the scores, I don't keep her.
John?
I wasn't here last week, so I don't
Chris is on 9, Stephen is on 4, and I'm on 4.
We need to up our game here a bit, John.
No.
Let's get in to the first riddle. I like to do this with my biscuits as I groom sheep.
Duncan Shearer.
Fucking hell, man!
Oh, that is brilliant. Holy fuck.
That's annoyed me a wee bit. That's pissed me
That
off.
was really fast, man. So
That
That's
was
pissed me
really
off.
good. That was really
I hate
good.
how intelligent you are. Oh, you're gonna get them all. I knew
There's any point doing this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing how fast you got right there, man. Sitting there, Duncan Shearer.
Right.
Wow.
I am the king of making sure my dogs don't run away. I am the king of making sure my dogs don't run
Kenny
away.
Dalglish.
Oh, didn't it?
Nice, I was going for Rob Douglas.
I'm fucking bolting there. 10-5-4.
10-5-4.
Yeah, I think this one will be a very easy one, right? So you need to get tore in right here, right? I love this player so much, I kept the ticket after every match.
Alan Stubbs.
Oh! They were shite this week.
Fucking hell, man!
Oh! Did it?
Why is this always with us?
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Call them now on 01698 767 172.
Lads, it is time for the El Dorado swanky moment of the week. Look at that. Look at that. Remember, ask for LD at any swanky bar as it's easy to drink, short, fruity, and finish with a trace of caffeine.
Shall we try it?
In Scotland's own.
Yeah, Scotland's own, yeah. It's available at your local convenience store and you can... Listen to that bottle cracking open. Go on, Toe.
A wee
swig.
swig.
Go on.
That's actually really nice.
That's beautiful.
Nice. It's like a nostalgic taste sensation in your gob.
That tastes like caramel.
Beautiful.
That is caramel in it. It's quite woody as well, quite earthy.
You like it, guys? You like it?
Musky, quite musky.
Tell you what,
Beautiful.
not the worst. Not the worst.
So it is available at your local convenience store and you can follow them now on Facebook and Instagram at El Dorado Tonic Wine or check them out at eldoradotonic.wine.com. So to celebrate the swanky taste of El Dorado, we are picking out the swanky moments from Scottish football and leaving you to vote on it on Twitter at Football Daft Pod. Last week the choices were the Sunset Brothers, I'm Feeling It. That was my choice from the Rangers fans, all singing it in unison at Ibrox after we beat Celtic 1-0.
Toll's eyes rolled to the back of his head.
Yes. Another choice was Grado's choice. Surprising, but I liked it. It was different. Tony Watt's goal. Yeah.
I just heard somebody say that.
And a Broth legend himself,
Ricky Little.
Gavin Swanky. So lads, I've got the results. Here we go. You ready? Got the results?
Yep.
Right. In third place, it was listener Scott's pick, Gavin Swanky, with 8%, which means it's now a two-way race between my choice and your choice for top spot here, Grado.
Right.
Second place with 12%. It's Grado's choice of Tony Watt's header against Dundee. 12%. I didn't think you'd have got as much as that. Which leaves 80%. My choice was, of course, Sunset Brothers. I'm feeling
I
it,
think
guys.
that probably tells you quite a lot.
Oh, wrong button. There we go.
I think that probably tells us quite a lot about our listeners.
80%.
80. It's a fucking landslide. 80%.
Kev the chef has obviously voted for Tony Watt.
Aye.
Or Gavin Swanky.
It was a beautiful moment, but when the full stadium was singing it was nice.
No,
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this could be your 3 riddles.
What? This?
I think every week you could be the one that gets the points here.
Yeah, I don't know about this week, but this week
100%.
Obviously, boys, this week we need to pick one. Grado, I'll come to you last. Toll.
For me, now this never happened this week, but I only seen it this week. Okay, good friend of the show, Lee Miller.
Oh yes.
By the way, you need to get me in touch with Lee Miller for the hair thing. Is he doing it?
Aye.
100%. Is there any way we can get on Facebook? I'm asking for a friend.
But I'll get him on Facebook.
Right,
I'll
okay.
give him your number and get him to give you a phone.
Brilliant.
Right, anyway, so Lee Miller's young boy, Lennon, is just turned 14 and he's been playing for the Scotland under-17s, right? So that gives you an idea of the level.
He's on fire, the young guy, isn't he?
On his debut, he scored for the halfway line.
I saw that. I saw that goal. Unbelievable.
11-a-side pitches.
11-a-side pitches, full-size
Do you
pitches.
see it, mate?
No, I haven't saw it.
By the
It's
way,
amazing.
a fucking belter. So that is my Swanky LD moment of the week.
Right, mine's a wee bit different this week, right? Scottish football, right? Scottish football is one, right? We're on. You like Scottish football? We all like Scottish football.
Sure.
My 6-year-old son has got an obsession with football now, right? And he's just recently joined Clyde. Right, so he's playing with Clyde.
Is he working with John?
Very good jokes, guys. Right, but last Monday night, right, they were all on their wee, like 5 to 6, or their wee age group. So he's playing the other night, right, and I swear to God, the pride I felt. Now, I always thought I'm in the back playing him, doing it in the wee park, running away playing him. But he was in with all these boys, and there was a couple of boys quite big. I swear to God, he scored a goal that was, and I'm not just saying this because it's my son, it was Messi-esque, right? He got the ball. You see me playing football. He's a wee bit fast like myself. He's fast, right? He's fast. And he's ran with the ball. This big boy, I'm saying big boy, he's probably about 7 or 8, right? But he was very tall compared to my boy. Snapped him, right? And he just got up and he ran with the ball and he rattled it into the top corner. And I swear to God, I nearly started greeting. Right? And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
and then
I'm nearly fucking
at the end of it, they all had to practice penalties. He was the only one that scored his penalty. He rattled it around the top corner again. I'm not just saying this, he's got something special. And that is my El Dorado Scottish football swanky moment of the week.
So what you're saying is you're putting a wee big sexy Lee Miller's boy up against your boy?
Any day of the week.
There's only one winner for the listeners, isn't there?
Leo Purden. His name's Leo Messi Purden.
There we go.
I don't care if these wins have done anything good this week.
Well, I'll give you the listener's choice from this week. It comes from Ethan, and he is nominating John McGinn's arse tactics. Now,
that was quite funny.
Obviously, the international John McGinn keeping the ball in the corner, big arse,
and then the whistle went. He's giving it all that.
John McGinn's arse tactics are being nominated by the listeners listening.
Right, so we've got Lee Miller's boy, we've got my son, and we've got John McGinn's arse, Grado.
Well, I can't use that, and I've no saw anything else in football. Can I just say something that I watched on the telly that was good?
Aye, but
Right, well, I've been watching, it's obviously 9/11. Turning Point, and the George Bush one on BBC, iPlayer, where, by the way,
funny.
George Bush...
What did we talk about in the motor on the way in?
You should say that, because I've been watching a 9/11 documentary series called One Day in America.
Right, what's that on National Geographic?
National Geographic.
Heard about it.
I need to tell you this bit, but
I
was telling Stevie, right, so one of the guys is in the building, the second building when it comes down, right, and he's walking about trying to find a way out, and he sees this one guy, and he says, right, come on, we need to go together, we need to work together, we need to get out of here, this is life and death. The guy says, right, so it's a security guard that he's bumped into, so they see a wee bit of light outside the rubble. They go, right, if we can get to that, then we can make our way through. So they finally get to it, and the guy says, listen, I'm really sorry, but you're a wee bit smaller than me. Do you think you'd be able to get through that to help us out? The guy says, I know, bother. So he crawls through, manages to get out, and fucks off and leaves the guy. Fucking leaves him in the building.
So, and is this guy still alive?
Aye, the guy eventually managed to get out, but see, when he's shouting on him and all that, and the guy's just no selling it completely, just walking away.
Wow.
That's me, I'm out of here, fuck you, kind of thing.
So how many parts is that?
There's been 6 so far.
There's only 4 or 5 of this one.
The Turning Point one's good, but I'd say the Bush one's better just for do you see the footage when they go to Air Force One? Because they said to Bush, they were like, here, the safest place for you is up there. Have you saw it all?
No, is this
That's
the
in
one
Turning Point as well.
Did
Remember the
someone
show?
tell me today about that the Secret Service had to shave their fucking pubes so they didn't see there was any, like, anything to do?
Brad said that last night.
Brad said that last night on Wrestling Dash. And I was like, what the fuck?
He was just being funny, Hank.
Was it just being funny? I thought he was being serious.
Right, lads, well,
that's another advert for Manscaped.
So, Swanky Moments, can I just double check?
This
here,
week's Swanky Moments is Lee Miller's Boy, which is Toll's nomination.
Lenny Miller's goal.
My son's performance for Clyde, his debut for Clyde.
McGinn's arse, a 9/11 documentary.
Yes. So head over to our Twitter now.
Leo could be in trouble here.
Head over to Twitter now to vote with El Dorado Tonic Wine. Scotland's own is now Football Daft.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Find them on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at G4 Claims Limited.
Remember, you can now get more content from Football Daft on Patreon. Just in case you don't know what Patreon is, it's a subscription service that you sign up to not only to support the podcast, but you will also get more content. There are tiers from which you can choose from, and you can get everything from the video version of the show, the outtakes, teammates every week, a free t-shirt and the chance to be a pundit on Rangers and Celtic Daft. Plus, versions of Celtic and Rangers Daft, cameos from the boys, and the chance to come into the studio to watch us recording the show live. So, if you fancy any of that, get signed up now at patreon.com/footballdaft. That's Patreon, patreon.com, and Football Daft, all one word. Get involved now, as we would love to welcome you to the squad. And talking of our teammates, here is Big Bad John himself with a belter.
Worst dressed?
The worst dressed in football. I wasn't the best dressed myself, if I'm being honest. You're a bit rich from me coming for people about dressing sense and all that. The worst dressed, there was a couple at Celtic. It's a case of who do I dig out there today? You know, who do I throw under the bus, basically? Just trying to think. I played for 8 clubs.
Libo's got to have been pretty bad.
Yeah, Lubo. I remember there was a couple of nice shops in Glasgow at the time. I think the old firm teams used to keep crews, you know, in business, didn't they, at the time? Remember the shop crews? I'm not too sure if they're still around now.
It's still there, mate. It's still there.
I've seen Edward and Cruz.
Yeah, no, I don't think a lot of the lads had heard of Prada before they'd come to Glasgow, you know, and all of a sudden they're all dripping in Prada the next day, you know. But no, I can't really think. It'll come to me as we go on.
Best finisher?
I've been really lucky, lads. You know, I've been ever so fortunate with the players that I played with. You know, you're one of the best finishers I played with, of course, was Henrik Larsen, and strangely enough, Henrik never, you know, practiced his finishing too much. You know, he never stayed behind to practice his but he's just technically just unbelievable, just a very, very natural player. I played with Ian Rush, I played with Ian Wright, likes of Craig Bellamy, these guys as well, you know, what records, great finishers, great goal scorers. Stan Petrov was always very good whenever he got in behind the defence, and whenever he got in 1v1, he had a terrific strike on him, Stan, lots of power behind his shot, and Stan Petrov was very good as well, but of course, you know, the King of Kings, Henrik Larsen, you know, I don't think there's a record that he hasn't broke at Celtic. So, you know, he was on a different level, I have to say that.
Worst trainer?
The worst trainer, I'd have to say myself. I'd have to say myself. You know, I wasn't the best of trainers, but I think I managed to get goals whenever I got the opportunity, you know, and maybe if I had gone through my career, probably a stone and a half lighter. I had a good career. I played in the Premier League for 10 years with the likes of West Ham and Arsenal and obviously Celtic. But, you know, if I'd gone through my career a little bit lighter, I think I could have gone on again. I could have gone even bigger again. But as I said, I was able to score goals and I got the best of what I had. But if I maybe knuckled down and got myself fitter and worked harder, then I think I could have gone higher again with the natural talent that I had without tuning in too much to the diet and to the fitness side of things.
Moaniest?
I think we all used to moan. I think footballers generally have a reputation of moaning. You know, in the mornings when the coaches, you're going onto the training ground and then, you know, it's almost like, you know, it can be cold mornings. If someone's always moaning about the weather, or if the coach is putting a keep ball session on or a technical drill, somebody is moaning. Tomo used to moan a lot, Alan Thompson. But I just think footballers in general, it's just part of it. I think it's just part of moaning. You're natural moaners. Not every footballer. Some of the guys are very positive when everything they do. But it used to be a case of, and it shouldn't really be that way because we're privileged, you know, we're out in the fresh air, we're doing something we love doing, we're playing football for a living, which is, you know, an absolute dream, you know, for lots of people. It was my dream anyway, to become a professional footballer. So you should embrace it as much as you can, but it doesn't always work like that. But there's a lot of mourning goes on in football.
Who do you want to back you up in a fight?
I back myself up. I wouldn't need anyone.
I think we seen that on a certain video, John, didn't we?
But, you know, ultimately, I've seen loads of. I played for Wimbledon, the Crazy Gang, and I can remember a story where two of the lads were spoiling the session one day. You know, they were going for it a little bit, kicking each other on the training ground. And Joe Kinnear, our manager, he said, right, lads, I've had enough of you two. Come on, over here. We walked about half a mile onto the next playing field and we walked onto a rugby pitch. And he said to these two players, he said to the lads first, you're right, lads, form a circle around the rugby pitch in the middle, in the centre circle. And he said to the two players that were spoiling his session over there, he said, right, lads, get in, have a fight. He said to him, he said, go on. Have a fight. You two are spoiling my game over there. Spoiling it for everybody else. Right, we've come all the way here now. Have a fight. And of course, he did it more so to embarrass them and to say, look, you know, you're kicking lumps of, you know, whatever out of each other over there. What's your problem? You know, we were teammates. We meant to be together. But I didn't mind the physicality. I enjoyed that side of the game. I think that's what a lot of managers brought me to football clubs because of my strength. And the fact that I was aggressive. You can't be overly aggressive because you're sent off every week. I was only sent off twice in 220 games for Celtic, and one of them was rescinded. So it was only one sending off in 5 years, which, you know, you take that.
Aye. Well, the correct answer to that question is Bobo Baldi. So
yeah, Bobo's quite strong, yeah. Bobo did say, you know that.
So
Bjorn Mjällby as well. Bjorn Mjällby, we used to call him Dolph.
Big Dolph.
Lundgren, you know, Rocky 5.
Rocky 4, get it right, my man, Rocky 4.
Rocky 4 is one of my favourites well. I brought you 4.
Best looking?
Best looking? I'm just trying to think. Best looking. Let's have a look. Best looking.
Who was hot?
Was what?
Who was hot?
Well, Johan was, Johan had lovely blonde hair and everything, didn't he? And, he looked after himself. He was always in great shape. So I'll go for Johan Albi.
Most skillful?
Skillful. I played with Ryan Giggs, with the national team for 10 years. Ryan had a bit of everything, really. He had pace, he had skill, he could score a goal, he could make a goal. I think he's Manchester United's record appearance holder. Ridiculously skillful, fantastic. So again, I'm really fortunate. I played with Paul Merson at Arsenal and other great players as well. Right, he was very skillful. Henrik was very skillful.
Did you play with Di Canio at West Ham?
No, I didn't. They bought Di Canio out of the money they got for me. Right. I left on the Wednesday to go to Wimbledon, and they signed Di Canio. Harry Redknapp signed Di Canio from Sheffield Wednesday on the Thursday. So, but he's a player. I missed him at Celtic, and I also missed him at West Ham. So, a great player, Maverick as well. A character. So, he's one that I would love to have, shared the pitch with. I think we'd have probably been decent as well as a pairing because I could knock him down. He could take them on. He could make goals for me, and he'd have been a great partner for me.
I think on this teammates, man, Ryan Giggs is probably the best answer we're ever going to get. FMD.
Unless he had said Henrik Larsen.
Come on, but Ryan Giggs.
Well, Henrik had everything. I could put Henrik at the top of each category. Henrik was good looking as well, wasn't he? Good looking guy, Swedish.
Wouldn't he have struggled in a night out, I'll tell you that.
Right, yeah.
Teacher's pet?
Frank Lampard at West Ham had a good time because he was a great player, Frank, and he went on to become a brilliant player. But I wouldn't say he was in the team because of his dad, because his dad was a coach. He worked his socks off to get into the team, and he went on to have a great career that he had. But Frank was a great professional. He couldn't do anything wrong, and of course Harry and Frank Senior, I think they're brother-in-laws. I think they're both married to 2 sisters. So he wasn't going to shout. He wasn't going to shout too often at his nephew, was he? But as I said, Frank was a wonderful player, and he got into the team because of his talent, and he went on to an incredible career.
Worst taste in music?
Well, we used to play a bit of U2, to be honest. Look, we're talking. I played for Celtic in 2001 to 2006. We're talking 14, 15 years ago now, when U2 were at their best. An Irish band, Celtic being an Irish club with a lot of Irish players, Irish supporters. So Bono and U2 was a lot of the guys. Hero Martin O'Neill loved U2 as well. So it just used to be the normal sort of U2 songs and things like that on the bus, and it wouldn't be nothing, rapping or whatever it was, or whoever wanted that on, they could have it on their earphones. It was just always pretty sensible, to be honest.
I can't imagine many clubs now playing YouTube before the games.
Exactly, Grado. You're spot on, mate. Yeah, they don't all have their stuff now, their personal stuff and everything else that they follow, but I'd like to have had a bit of Tom Jones on there.
Stereophonics or something.
Stereophonics, class.
Best you've played with?
Well, I played again. I was very, very fortunate. But if I'm in Scotland, I say Henrik Larsen. And if I'm in London, I say Dennis Bergkamp.
There you go, Stevie. He's just beat that Ryan Giggs answer, hasn't he?
Christ, man. Ryan Giggs, Dennis Bergkamp. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but, I have to say, Henrik, what can you say about him? He's ridiculous, wasn't he? The goals he scored, the amount of goals, the consistency. I think it's like 242 goals in 315 games. That's freakish, really. And obviously what he did then when he left the club, he went on and won a Champions League at Barcelona, played for Man United. And again, Dennis Bergkamp, Dennis was just on a different level. He was the best player at Arsenal, everybody knew it. Dutch master, did it for his country, did it in World Cups. So, it's very difficult to split them. As I said, they were both just on a different level altogether, Dennis Bergkamp and Henrik Larsen. But as I said, I had great success with them both.
Football Daft with G4 Claims. Been involved in a road traffic accident? Get them now at notitfaultclaims.com.
Hey lads, well that was a noisy show.
I would apologise.
For once, we're not the noisiest cunts on it, do you know what I mean?
No, it was, there's a lot going on, man.
At least the guy doing the painting, he's had a rare day, isn't he?
He's singing a good few weeks.
Enjoying himself, heard a few ditties coming in. I've been really trying, baby. Aye, alright, mate, calm yourself.
I don't think they've said to him what they're recording things
the weird thing is, this is the end of the show, and I think they're shifting.
I know, that's it.
Quiet, man.
That's it.
That's good.
Really, really good show. It's good to finally see everybody back together and all that. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you feeling better, too.
Thank you. My arsehole is dry.
Good.
That's nice.
Good.
So we had a wee jaunt to the mini golf today, didn't we?
Well, for our listeners, I wish they could have seen it because it did look nice.
I know.
I don't think Kev the Chef gets the concept.
No, I don't think he does.
No,
I don't think. I think he just phones us up because we're his pals.
Do you know, and do you know what I like, man? I love the way John talks to him, man.
You if you don't like him.
That's
nice. Shine your shoe, man.
He pays your wages, mate.
We obviously appreciate everybody that listens to the show, and we love Kev the Chef to bits.
But you know what I say? Familiarity breeds contempt.
We love Kev the Chef.
Aye. You hear his
like
guts.
Kev, that's nice, but it's a podcast, mate. It's a podcast.
Listen, you've got to think of the audio listeners. Obviously, if you want to see a tour of Golf Fang, you can sign up to patreon.com.
Golf Fang. If you want to see Golf Fang,
you can see a video version.
If you want to see Golf Fang or whatever the fuck it's called.
Sign up to the Patreon, folks. Yeah, you can see the tour of Golf Fang, courtesy of Kev the Chef.
Oh, amazing.
No Rangers and Celtic. Well, there is Rangers and Celtic back next week, talking about this weekend's fixtures. Yes. And Connie McLaughlin, BBC correspondent, is going to be our guest on Football Daft Mates this week.
Nice one.
Perfect. Everybody, thanks for joining in, and I'll see you next week live on Football Daft.